Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. This is your number one destination for World Cup 2026 match breakdowns and highlights. So hit that subscribe button right now and let's get into it, because we have an absolutely historic night to break down from Toronto, Canada. Senegal demolished Iraq 5-0 at Toronto Stadium on Friday in their final Group I clash. And this was not just any 5-0 win. This was the biggest victory ever recorded by an African nation in the entire history of the FIFA World Cup. Let that sink in for a moment. 5 goals, 0 conceded, a red card, substitute heroics, long-range thunderbolts, history being made in real time on Canadian soil. Habib Diarra, Ismail Assar, Pape Gueye with a stunning brace off the bench, and Iliman Ndiaye putting the cherry on top. The Lions of Tirana roared in Toronto and sent the entire continent of Africa into celebration. This is the one you do not want to miss. Let's break it all down. Before we get into the goals and the action, we have to understand exactly what was at stake for both of these nations coming into this match, because the context makes what happened even more remarkable. Senegal, one of the most talented squads in African football, led by the legendary Sadio Mane and packed with Premier League and La Liga quality throughout, had endured a devastating start to their 2026 World Cup campaign. They lost to France in their opener and then fell to Norway in their second match, leaving them bottom of Group I with 0 points, 0 goals, and their World Cup dreams hanging by the thinnest possible thread. Manager Pape Thiaw knew the maths were brutal. A top 2 finish in the group was completely gone. But if Senegal could win big and finish as one of the top 8 third-place teams across the entire tournament, they could still make the round of 32. This was not just a must-win game. This was a must-win big game. Every single goal mattered. The pressure on the Lions of Tirana was enormous. Iraq, on the other hand, had also lost both of their first 2 matches and were already eliminated heading into this final group game. Coached by a side with genuine quality, including Zidane Iqbal, the Manchester United midfielder, and with players who had performed creditably in Asian qualification, Iraq knew their World Cup was over, but they had enormous pride to play for. Becoming the first Iraqi nation to ever face Senegal at a World Cup, they wanted to leave Toronto with their heads held high. What nobody could have predicted was just how completely and utterly the match was about to turn against them, and it happened in just 13 minutes. From the very first whistle, Senegal attacked with purpose, urgency, and intensity, and in the 4th minute, they were ahead. Idrissa Gueye's deflected shot went out for a corner. The delivery came in from the right, and Abdoulaye Seck rose highest and nodded the ball goalward. And there was Habib Diarra, the Sunderland midfielder, getting the final touch and turning the ball past Ahmed Basil. 1-0. And not just any goal. Senegal's earliest ever goal in their entire World Cup history, scored in just 4 minutes. Toronto Stadium went absolutely wild. The Senegalese supporters in the stands waving flags, singing, believing. And then just 9 minutes later, everything changed for Iraq in the worst possible way. Sadio Mane, the Senegal captain, a man who has done it all at the highest level, burst through on goal in a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and Iraq defender Rebin Salaka pulled him down. The referee initially showed a yellow card, but after a VAR review, the decision was upgraded, red card. Salaka walked off shaking his head, but he knew exactly what he had done. Iraq were down to 10 men inside 13 minutes. The floodgates were about to open. But here is the remarkable thing, they didn't. Not yet. Iraq dug in, reorganized, brought on Munaf Yunus to shore up their backline. And despite being a man down, they kept Senegal at bay for the entire remainder of the first half. Basil, the goalkeeper, was brilliant, pushing away a main free kick magnificently to keep Iraq in the game. And at halftime, it was still just 1-0. Senegal had dominated, but Iraq had shown real heart and organization. The question was whether they could hold out in the second half, and the answer was an emphatic, resounding, thunderous no. Because the second half was an absolute masterclass of attacking football from Senegal. Full time, Senegal 5, Iraq 0. And what a performance it was from start to finish. For Senegal, this result means their World Cup destiny is no longer entirely in their own hands. They finished 3rd in Group I with 3 points and must now wait to see if they are among the best 8 third-place teams across the tournament. But as things stand, they are through, and a potential round of 32 clash with England in Atlanta on July 1st awaits. England versus Senegal. What an absolutely mouth-watering prospect that is. Ismaïla Sarr is now the outright leading scorer in Senegal's entire World Cup history with 4 goals across 2 tournaments. A remarkable achievement for a player who continues to deliver on the biggest stages. And Pape Gay's 2 goals off the bench were nothing short of sensational. A player who was dropped from the starting lineup and responded with one of the great substitute performances in World Cup history. For Iraq, the curtain has come down on their first ever FIFA World Cup campaign, and it ends in defeat. But they can leave Toronto knowing they showed genuine quality and organization, especially in that difficult first half when they held Senegal at bay despite being a man down. The future for Iraqi football is bright, and this experience on the world stage will only help the next generation grow. The 2026 World Cup knockout rounds are going to be absolutely electric. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, share this video with all your football-loving friends, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our World Cup content. I will see you in the next one. Let's go.